Hi, I'm Sam.
And I'm Miguel.
This is the Didn't Anyone Mention podcast.
Welcome back.
I guess, yeah. I've seen like
So, we were thinking about how we don't really have any info just on us
Yeah, we're just kind of two random podcasters out here. Just
talking about random things.
yeah,
So, we were thinking we would spend our 70th,
70,
yeah, 70th. Um,
70 gosh dang episodes.
I know. We figured, it was long enough overdue. Let's
Yeah,
have a nice one where we're just chatting it up and
getting back to the roots of this thing,
I
which
get it.
originally started as a date night for us.
Yes, because prior you got to make sure when you have a kid that you remember that you were two people before that child.
That is true. I do
'Cause
remember.
I know sometimes I forget because man, your knees deep in blood, dirt, and tears. But
Not blood, but
not all the time. But
that's true.
yeah, sometimes those diggers really dig her out.
Yeah. So we're not really sure how this podcast is gonna go, how this
Yeah,
episode's gonna go,
but
but hopefully you got some time
yeah,
where you can just listen to us talk.
yeah.
I'm thinking. Well, I'm not even gonna set a
I was
precedent
gonna say
here.
we'll set
We're
boundaries.
just gonna go,
Yeah,
and so
we have. Yeah, Miguel has a couple questions that I guess I'll let him start off with.
oh damn, you're starting me off here.
Yeah,
Okay,
suck it.
these are gonna be personal questions.
Damn. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
okay. Let me look through here. We'll start off light here.
Okay. Thank you.
How do you feel the world has changed over the years, and what changes do you hope to see in the future?
I mean, what hasn't changed over the years? Like the years of my life, or what?
Yeah, like how from like
In my 30
I
years.
guess yeah, and more of a personal view from like being a kid to now, how has the world changed for you?
Well, I mean, I think social media. I got a gripe against social media recently,
Yeah.
just because it's so permanent and it's so out there forever. We let these kids be on there. Like people let their kids be on there, which they're your own kids. You can do whatever you want, but you're not even like fully developed in your brain until you're 25.
Yeah.
And everything is believed as fake. You don't or fake as in true, even though like anything can be spun into true and people are like, "Oh yeah, that is so true." And like I just feel like it can be used as almost like a weapon against you. Like,
Do you think that that's changed?
I think, well, it wasn't even I mean, what kind of social media was around when we were kids?
I guess maybe not social media, but there was media.
Yeah, but it's so personal and so easily
And
accessed now, and it's
yeah,
24/7.
that's the thing now. It's so
It's
personal.
it's so personal. It's
Another
so
gripe I
24
have
7.
is having so many goddamn logins
I
to all these
know.
different fucking
I
applications.
know.
It
And then
drives me
and then
bonkers.
it's like your password is you can't have an old password. What do you mean I can't have an old password?
Yeah,
I had this. This was my password.
yeah,
And you kept on telling me it was wrong.
yeah.
But yeah, I think technology, we were that age group that got to really take in. I mean, I remember dial up.
So do
I
I.
remember the little
Do
sounds
you ever
and
play
like
the Jurassic Park game on the
I played
computer?
the freaking Water Boy or Water Boy Fire Girl, like the cool math game for kids.
See, that's too advanced.
See, I had that. I played that one.
There was one game.
We also had the like putt putt car game that was like a disc that you put into a
Yeah,
computer, so you didn't even technically have the internet for it because
yeah. We had a game that didn't have the internet, and it was
yeah.
like it was a disc that we plugged into the computer. It was like purple beans.
Oh,
What the fuck was
It
it
had
called?
to have been like a generic. Oh, like it was like a car? No.
No, it wasn't a car, but they were like purple
I had a
beans, and they were
car
all
one.
different games, different stations that you could go to.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna. My sister would know what this is called.
Well, you'll figure it out.
It's gonna drive me bonkers.
Well, you can try to figure it out. But
Skate Boy? No, that's not right. Anyways,
either way, I remember the dial up. I remember, oh, you're using it, so you can't have your phone, or you can't get phone calls. So then I
Mhm.
remember my mom would be like, okay, get off. But then we have these freaking, and then we had smartphones, technically all in the time we were kids, because technically 18,
Mhm.
you're an adult, right? So anything under that, I mean, I remember I was like late junior high when I got a smartphone. I mean, a smartphone. It didn't even have access to the internet, but like, I guess it would. I could, but I
Mhm.
wasn't allowed to.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess that's what technology is, something that continuously changes so much in our lifetime.
It is crazy. Do you think then that we're in the lifetime that's going to probably see the most change ever? Or do you think it's more our daughter's age
Mm.
where they're like she's going to grow up around these crazy things going on
I
with
don't know.
artificial intelligence and all this
But like
craziness?
we already are seeing artificial intelligence. Yeah, it will
Right, but
advance over time.
she's going to be born with it. And she's going to be more fluent than we ever will.
Yeah, and I guess the internet was technically around before we were born.
It was, but it was very rudimentary.
Exactly. Not everybody had access to it, but even AI, everybody has access to.
Mhm.
I don't know. I just think technology will have its own things. Also, science has come a long way too, and I think that like, if anything, science was we're still on the like on the tail end of it.
I
Like
don't
we're
think so.
not tail end, but like I don't think our I don't know if I've really, and I also don't look into it, but I feel like our generation, I don't feel any. I know scientific things have happened, but I feel like a couple ones before, a couple decades before my lifetime has been a lot more because I read a lot more about those ones.
I guess if you don't read about it now, you don't realize how crazy stuff is right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But you think about modern everything. But yeah, I guess technology. If I'm gonna simplify
Okay.
that question,
And what changes do you hope to see in the future? I think there's already one big change that you kind of touched on is going to happen within probably in the next decade.
what?
I think social media right now is most likely at its peak, and right now it's going to be going downhill. At least that's what I think.
I don't know.
I think there's a huge
People have an addiction, man. Even think about how TikTok was taken away and people were stressed.
yeah.
I was just like, if you are worried about how your time spent on it, then maybe reassess. Get like get a little grounded again. Like you can
But it's so
I get it. You
yeah.
it's the I get it because it is nice to just not have to think and to be entertained for
Mm-hmm.
hours. I get that.
Mm.
I do get
You don't think
that.
that's scary? I think that's scary.
I think it's scary though. Yeah, because it's like, oh my gosh, how all this time? But I also feel that way when I talk to some good people or I'm doing something I'm enjoying. Like
Mm-hmm.
this is just so easy
And non-productive.
and non-productive.
And like the most it is in my mind there is nothing you can do that is less productive than doom scroll.
Yeah, because even dude, sometimes even with a freaking movie, at least you can get to the end. I don't know, dude. It's just
That is true. At least with a movie there's a beginning and an end. With
yeah.
doom scrolling
There's
there's
none.
there's no
No
end.
end. There's
Yeah.
no end. Yeah.
That's a good point. Never thought about
Um.
it that way.
But that's I think it's almost like streaming got us into that, dude. Because it was just like streaming, you would be able to just binge everything
Yeah.
all at once. You could just
Our
10
daughter
seconds
yeah.
next episode
Our daughter will never understand making food during a commercial
as
and then saying
fast as you
as
could.
fast as you could say it's on and
Yeah.
you're freaking Olympic triathlete.
You jump over the couch.
Just running, dude.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
She'll never understand. We could just pause it.
I know.
What's the fun in that? I might just get rid of our subscriptions so we can watch ads.
Dude, cable is expensive though.
True. Okay. You got a question for me?
Well, I was gonna see if you were gonna make me go next. I feel
Or,
like you're giving me good answers back and forth.
well, I can give you another question.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. I'm looking through a list of questions that I had Chat GPT write. How crazy
You
is
and your
that?
chat GBT.
It's good. I like Chat
I'm
GPT.
good.
Um, except they added a new function here called reason,
Oh,
and
that's creepy.
it is kind of creepy. It is kind of creepy.
So then, okay, well, actually, I have a kind of a
Okay.
follow up question for you, slash just like question. So I guess you could also say, what are your hobbies?
My hobbies?
Yeah, what are your hobbies? I'm gonna work
Um,
it into this. What we just talked
it's I don't know. It's difficult for me to say because I always, in my mind, I always feel like I don't have any hobbies. I just do what I want. But if I think about it, I would say weightlifting is a hobby of mine,
about.
and I'm pretty religious in that aspect. Where I go most mornings,
Mm-hmm. I
Monday
mean,
th-
5 out of 7 mornings.
Monday through Friday. I've worked it into my schedule, and I do it every day, and I love it. So I would
Mm-hmm.
say that's probably my biggest hobby. I like it. It's very personal.
Mm-hmm.
It's rewarding, and it's hard. I
Mm-hmm.
think starting your day off with something hard
Mm-hmm.
is the best way to go about it. Just starting your day off like struggling.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not the best way to put it, but
I mean, sometimes you are struggling. You can barely
yeah.
get it.
I
Yeah.
mean, by the time I'm done with the gym in the morning, I've checked off like 3 things off my list, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, I can do anything today.
Mm-hmm. I get that.
Um, I would say another hobby of mine would
Mm-hmm.
be fishing. I
Yes.
haven't gone as much this winter as I
So,
normally.
dang, I wish I had as big as peepee as that guy.
I know that's crazy.
I hope you guys heard that. Oh,
Oh man, I was about
dang.
to file a claim.
I thought he was
So
going into, yeah.
yeah, fishing is another hobby of mine. I love bass fishing and trout fishing, but I just have not gone this winter really.
Do you think a hobby has to be done all the time, or is it something that you can pick up and go
No,
to
I don't
back
think a
to?
hobby has to be done all the time, but I think it's if you get excited for it, it's a hobby. I think like
That you aren't doing for, like, you, it's not like a, yeah, if you're doing for fun and not like for, you have to.
not necessarily for fun, but if you enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
And what's another hobby of mine? I would say in the summertime, it's like keeping my lawn nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's
That's
more
a
of a
good one.
necessity. I don't know. It's in between work and like enjoying it.
I was gonna say you seem to enjoy it because
And,
you just get lost out there.
yeah, it's
You
fun.
get lost
I
in
do
the
enjoy
sauce.
it. Other than that, I, I I guess I have a bunch of little hobbies, some that I don't pursue a lot. I like learning about nutrition and how your body absorbs different
Mm-hmm.
like minerals and whatever.
I mean, that feeds into your
And
body thing.
and I would say I'm a huge tech nerd. I love learning about new technologies coming out, and recently I've gone into this finance world, like learning how to set up not only myself but our family for success 40 years down the road,
Mm-hmm.
and just learning more about that world.
So learning, you really like
I
learning.
I guess that's a good way to put it. I
Yeah.
love learning.
Mm-hmm.
Just bunch of random, like this brain is full of a bunch of useless knowledge, and I might use one little snippet of what I've learned today 20 years down the road, but it's
You
there.
never knew.
Yeah, it's there.
Do you think then people can classify being like doom scrolling and all that as a hobby then? Or do you think it
Ooh, that's a good question. That's a good question. Um, what do you gain from doom scrolling?
I mean, I don't think you gain anything, but technically, I mean, what do you gain from, I guess you can technically any of your hobbies have a gain to it, but I know sometimes it's just people like the relief of not thinking. But are they
I
not
see.
thinking?
No, I
You
see.
know?
I think they're not thinking in my mind. I see your point, and it's a very valid point, actually.
Because I was thinking about that. I was like, dang, if people like choose to do this over reading a book or doing anything, like,
I totally understand. I hate reading. I love
um,
audiobooks, though.
but but that's not your hobby, right? Like,
That,
so would you
yeah,
choose to doom scroll over weightlifting in the morning?
no.
would you do that instead of fishing on a nice day? No, I'm not saying like bad temperature or anything.
No.
Like you didn't, yeah. So it's like,
No.
so, but when people start choosing that over their other things, does that make it then a hobby? Like you're telling me just scrolling on social media is your hobby?
It's interesting.
Crazy.
It's an
But that's like,
interesting viewpoint. I think I'm just so biased to the fact that I think the doom scrolling and the constant dopamine hits
mm-hmm.
of social media and everything
Mm-hmm.
is just like mentally stunning a
Mm-hmm.
whole generation
Yeah, well,
where we
that's like
need
the
that
tension.
constant simulation.
Yeah, I was gonna say in the attention span, dude.
Yeah, and I know I'm bad with my attention span. And for our listeners, this is my third try of deleting all social media, except for
Third
YouTube.
or what?
This might be 8.
I
I
was
don't
gonna
know,
say it might be like
but I'm going 4 days strong. At this point, I'm gonna start levitating tomorrow. um,
yeah, you can tell Miguel has quit a couple times because
I get
he
so
told his team member this week, yeah, I deleted all social media, and he's like, oh, again?
yeah. So my coworker said,
This was funny because I was like, oh, so it wasn't just me thinking that this keeps on happening.
yeah, um, yeah.
But
So interesting. I would say in that, man, I cannot argue against that. There's no good argument that I
I was
can
just
think of.
curious. It like came into my brain.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. I can't think of a good defense to that right now.
Because I've caught myself doing it where I'm like, oh, I really want
That's
to
why.
read.
That's why I deleted it. That's why I
Yeah.
deleted it all. I caught myself doing it all the time.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, I really want to read my book. Oh, I have it even rented from the library. I need to read it because I have like my Kindle, and I'll find myself. It's just easier to, since I always have my phone, to just do that instead of literally take the 5 seconds to pull out my Kindle and do it. But I'm like, I just need to do it. Like it's just, I figured that I found that out that I actually enjoy reading now. But yeah, it was just crazy because I was like, oh, dang, I catch myself doing that. Does that mean that's a hobby? Like, you know, but cool.
Good question.
Okay.
Okay. Let's move on to a different set of questions here.
Love it.
Let's see here.
Love it or list it.
Pick a number 1 through 7.
7.
Oh, okay. When you imagine the next chapter of your life, what role do you see our relationship playing in that vision? I don't even know what the next chapter is, but I guess
I would say the next chapter would be
parenthood.
Yeah.
We're already there. I mean, what's after this?
Yeah.
You're a parent forever.
You're a parent forever, but oh man, I think I was telling you about how it is cool to see our parents be grandparents.
It is cool.
And you know, it's always those the doom scrolling memes of why are you being so fucking nice? Show them how mean you are. Like, you know, those, because you're like, you used to freaking spank my butt with a wooden spoon, and homegirl's like, peace, and you just instantly give her whatever she wants. That's messed up. But it's also like hearing them talk about their grandkids, like, and how they like light up and get so excited, and when you are like, oh, we're gonna come by, like, oh, you're coming by, like it's just different.
I know.
So I know there's steps after parenthood, and I know there's going to be like little sub chapters in those.
Yeah.
But right now, toddler / like babyhood is a crazy chapter. And I think it's just a longer kind of extended chapter, and I think we just need to figure out how to, like, I mean, we're gonna have to learn how to communicate. We gotta do that. Like, we gotta be each other's rock, and we may not be how we were like a chapter ago, even just being like just us, and you kind of did your own thing half the time. I did my own thing half the time.
It is crazy.
We just kind of met up.
Yeah.
And then now it's like, okay, well, we have to try to almost keep each other in check of like, hey, are you able to do the things that you're needing to do? Like, just checking in with each other also, I think, is like another big thing that has been really good for us, is like, hey, are you good? Okay,
Yeah.
you need to go to the gym. Okay, cool. We'll make sure it fits into our schedule. Or
Yeah.
oh, do you need to take a shower before this to like decompress? We've kind of just continuously reminding ourselves that we do have each other in our relationship.
Hmm.
That it's not one of us against the kid, and it's not like you're against the kid, but it can feel like very
Dude,
overwhelming
that kid is a
sometimes.
menace.
And to have like, yeah, and to have like multiple of them just like tag teaming, I'm like, oh my gosh. The
I
biggest thing we'd
can't.
have to keep in mind as partners is that we're a partner, we're a team,
Yeah.
we're working together, and this is just the chapter that we're gonna be in. I think that's the biggest thing to remember as well.
I
Another
know.
big thing to remember is it's a chapter, like you said, and this may feel really hard, but we're gonna get out of it. Like
But damn, is it fun? Yeah.
there's so many fun things. Like,
Yeah. When
ugh,
the highs are high, but the lows are fucking low.
yeah, and that's like people always. I saw this thing about it was like a poem or something, and it was just like motherhood is glamorized because it freaking sucks. And I was, and obviously it said it nice, like more poetically, but parenthood is hard. You're constantly second guessing yourself. You know how exhausting that is
Yeah.
to continuously be like, dang, did I feed her enough today? Did I not? So just like giving each other like also like just that motivation, like also thank you for doing that, or hey, you did a great job. That's those things are the bread and butter. Those things are help the way we survive.
Yeah.
So I would say that's. I was like, that was a pretty deep question, but I said there's a lot of big things, but all of them are big.
That is true. Yeah. It is. I'm trying to think of how we can fit it. I mean, we've done, I think, a good job so far,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just, I feel like every month it's just adjusting and adjusting.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's just how it's going to be.
I know. I mean, she's a year and a half.
Either ship up or shape out, you know?
Yeah.
Or
That's
shape
it.
up or ship out.
Yeah, I
I
was
guess.
gonna say wait. But yeah, I wouldn't change it because yeah, there are some awesome moments in there that could just feel me for a lifetime.
Yeah.
So, and like I said, knowing that you also have like a good support system, like we have really good family and friends around, that they're always there. That's always really cool too.
Yeah.
And like financially, we've been making really good financial decisions.
Mm-hmm. Fun.
Like,
I'm not even going to say it.
um, I mean, not super good, whatever. I mean, we're fine. We're
okay.
We're middle class.
We're definitely not rich.
Yeah.
But if we want to
sitting
have
in our garage with free chairs.
let me just say, if I want a blizzard, I'll get me a blizzard. No big deal there, bub. Yeah.
But we ain't going to the way.
Don't look off the blizzard menu though, bub.
We're not hitting that whey yogurt. The
Yeah.
one that you have to weigh the yogurt. That's too fancy.
That's
too
too-
fancy.
yeah,
That's
no
too
way.
fancy.
No way. Yeah, I can look at the dollar menu and shrug a little bit. No fucking problem.
But yeah, I think that's also a really big part of like, I mean, financials are a really big, really
I
big.
feel like that's a big stressor.
stressor.
Yeah.
Yeah, like really. Yeah, I think that's like the number one stressor. Honestly, I mean, what else would be? I would imagine.
I would imagine too, yeah. But I like that we're pretty open about finances.
Yeah.
I think I've taken more of a stance on it this past year.
Yeah.
You used to be really, really on it. Then I
know.
wanted to be more involved. I would just give you
Yes.
my money.
I know. Here it is.
Here it is.
Yeah, I know. I do like that you're more involved in it too, because it's also like a mental load. Like to try to think about all that all the time too,
Mhm.
and I feel like my brain is consistently stalling out right now.
Yeah.
So,
I'm gonna ask you another question.
oh, is it? Oh, that's
I
right.
mean, we can
My
go.
question.
I got a whole list of them. I'm trying to find just
Okay.
good ones for
Okay,
you.
go give me one. Yeah.
Give you another one? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I have nothing crazy.
Can you share a time when you faced a significant challenge and what you learned from it?
Dang, you're going real deep today.
I
Dang,
am.
that's crazy.
You can ask me as deep a questions as you want to.
I was gonna say
Or I can hand you the list and you
I was
can
gonna
just.
say I'm about to boomerang this question back to you.
Yeah.
And ask you the same thing. I have had plenty of challenges. A lot of mine were younger,
Mm-hmm.
but a lot like even challenges with like family. I'd say in like setting relationships and boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I was I thought I was really good about it when I moved to Moscow. 'Cause Miguel went up to U of I,
That's right.
was up there for 2 years,
Go Vandals.
and I worked at Sonic, and they were like, "We're gonna open a store." I was like, "I'll run it," and they were like, "Bet." So I moved up there and
Literally, she was
opened.
19,
I was
20.
19, freaking
General
general
manager.
manager running a brand new freaking Sonic that had the biggest opening in that whole region in Moscow. It was insane. When I say it was like, if anybody's from the Treasure Valley, it was not as bad as In and Out, but we did hire traffic control. It was
Yeah, for us.
insane.
Yeah.
It was a little crazy. But
And Sam was the mastermind of it all.
it was it was awful, honestly. But either way, I thought moving up there was like one of the best things I could have ever done,
Mm-hmm.
was because of how like I was with my family and the relationships I had with either side of them, like cuz my parents were divorced, so it's like you're always trying to as a kid that's part of divorcee parents, you're always trying to kind of level the playing field and like, not stepping on any kind of mines to set anybody off.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought that was it, but when I got pregnant with our daughter, it like clicked for me where I was like, I'm so over this. This is not just, I'm not going to let my challenges and me not wanting to face them be her challenges later.
Right. That's a big step for you.
So it's because I hit 25 and my frontal lobe hit, instantly grew.
Mine might be delayed.
And I just made the decision. I was like, you know what? Like, I don't care about hurt feelings. My feelings have been hurt a gazillion freaking times. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Well, you cared, but the other people didn't care. So I just left it as that, and here we are. So how did it change me?
What did you learn
What
from
did I learn from it? That I don't have to split up with people if I don't have to.
it? No.
Because that was hard. Because especially with family,
Mm-hmm.
it's really hard.
Yeah.
But I also would just carry so much. Like, I don't have to carry all that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna teach our daughter to carry everything.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't have to.
No, that took a lot for you. A lot of
Yeah, but
personal growth to do that.
it was just like, dude, no way I'm gonna mess up this kid the way I messed up. That was the biggest thing. So
Yeah. Well, we're
yeah.
gonna mess her up somehow.
Well, yeah, I
I
just
hope it's with a
the
fucked
least
up.
amount.
Yeah, I hope it's with a fucked up sense of humor.
Yeah, I know, right? Just some like dark humor. I know.
Dark humor.
I sent a joke to Miguel today, and I could hear him laugh.
It was good.
It
I
was
actually showed my coworker.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I said there's a double entendre in there.
I didn't understand all of them, but
I did not know how to spell entendre. I had to look it up, and apparently it starts with a fucking E.
I would have
and
guessed an A.
It's French. You would guess an A? I was going O. Entendre. That's what I was spelling.
I was gonna say, we had almost every vowel.
That's true. Yeah.
But I'm gonna Uno reverse you. What you got?
It's a tough one. Let me read the question again.
Yes.
If you just scrolled past to this random spot in this episode. Can you share a time when you faced a significant challenge and what you learned from it? It's a good question. Um, I can't think of a time that I've faced a significant challenge, but I can think of a time. Hmm, what you learned from it. So, not really a significant challenge, but I would say when when I was in high school and I was making the decision to go to college.
Mm-hmm.
Um, sorry, I just burped. I I wish I would have put more thought into deciding to go to college versus not. Um,
Oh, like
it,
actually being a choice if you wanted to go to college, not which
yeah,
college.
yeah, and I know it was always my choice, but I always definitely felt pressured to go, and I think a lot of that comes from being from a migrant family. Just the pressures in education and being better than everybody around you. I think we're pretty prevalent in my house, and I think it still is. Or in my house growing up. So that's why when I do things, I do them good. I do them
Mm-hmm.
well,
Mm-hmm.
and that just it's a part of me, and I love that part of me because that's why I learn so much. That's why I excel at. I don't want to sound braggy or like cocky, but like when I do things, I excel at them.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that comes from having that kind of pressure all around,
Mm-hmm.
and then being a middle child, um, it was like I had to do even more to be recognized.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think like a challenge that I had was like more growing up was realizing that I didn't have to go above and beyond and kill myself to be recognized
Mm-hmm.
to like have any value,
Yeah.
you know?
You're
And
invaluable all by yourself.
and then kind of now where I'm at, like I know I do a good job and I'll continue to do a good job.
Mm-hmm.
That won't stop me, but I'm not doing it for a pretty selfish reason to be recognized
Yeah.
or like find value in other people's words. Does that make sense?
Yeah. You just want to do it because your
Yeah.
name's attached to it at that point. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, like
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure that I do it right, like
Yeah.
and correct and
Yeah.
yeah.
So I would say that's what I learned from it is like the challenge. I guess would be what would you even call that challenge?
Middle child. No.
Middle child syndrome. Yeah, overcoming the middle child syndrome.
Even though you're definitely a middle child, you just love stirring the pot.
I do. Yeah,
I
I
know,
do.
but that's a. Do you have to overcome that? I don't know.
I never will.
I know. That just makes you you.
I know, with a good sense of humor too.
Yeah, exactly.
All right,
Okay.
I'm gonna flip it back to you. You ask me something.
Okay.
Anything.
Let me see here. Anything?
Anything. I'm an open book.
Okay. Let's
And while
see
we're here, um, let us know how we're doing so far. If you like these kind of episodes, just Sam and I just talking and hanging out. Let us know. You
little
can. I
segment.
just found out you can leave comments on Spotify.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
saw
so
something
leave
like
us a
that.
comment, or if you're listening on YouTube, leave us a comment. We'll respond as fast as we can. This is episode number 70, big 70.
Yeah.
Most people wait till like 100 to do something like this.
Not us.
Not us. We're
We're
illiterate.
C. We're C averages.
Yeah, we're C average students over here.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna go with something just classic.
Okay.
Something just surface more level.
Okay.
What's your pet peeve?
Oh man, you got time? Fuck.
Lay it on me.
So many.
Okay, lay it
So
on
if
me.
you've been listening since the beginning of this podcast, bikers, fucking bicyclists out here just piss me the fuck off.
I thought you meant this episode, and I was like, "Well, damn,
Oh.
what did I do this episode?"
No, I have. Man, I'll give you like 10 right now. There's a lot that makes me upset. So bicyclists, and if you're listening and you're riding a bike, leave. I'm sorry. No. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. No, I don't know why I hate bikers so much.
Like bikers, not like kids like riding around on their bike or anything.
No.
No.
I'm talking about those
They got them
guys.
in their
that-
Spanx and
yeah,
their weird hat.
speed helmet, and they're in the middle of the road, and they're like looking at you all pissed off because you passed over them because they're going 25 in a 50 in the back roads of South Boise. Yeah, I hate those guys.
Just to clear the air out here.
Yeah, if you're wondering, yeah, I hate those bicyclists, man. I hate them.
Okay.
Although I'll never wish for them to get hit. I'll never wish that.
No. Just get out. Just get out of here. Go ride it at the gym or something like every other person.
That is true. I never even thought about that. Yeah. It's another pet peeve of mine. Sam knows this one all too well. Oh, no, not that one. I'm thinking of, okay, this goes back to my HVAC days. When I walk into a house and I smell cat pee, I hate that.
Yep, cat pee's a nasty one.
I hate that one. There were some days when I would fix people's houses and I had to come back home and shower and go
Yeah,
back to work.
he would strip in the garage because
Yeah.
that's where our laundry
And
is.
it like my clothes
Yeah.
reeked, and I
That
had
was
to
awful.
call my boss and be like, "Hey, I can't go into nobody's house. I have to go home and shower because
Yeah.
it smelled so bad."
I know. I
And
remember that.
that's where it all started. With the cat pee, dude, it's so bad. There's unbelievable houses
I know.
that you wouldn't even imagine in Boise and Nampa and Caldwell that are just reeking.
That's awful.
I'll do one more. So what are we at? Bicyclists, cat pee smell.
Honestly, cats at this point, dude.
You're not wrong. There's one more. Here we go.
Lay it on me.
People that touch you.
How you doing?
Not just you specifically, but like if I'm meeting somebody and they're like shake their hand or whatever, and they like start touching my arm or like caress
Back.
my arm or back.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do that.
Mm-mm.
Don't do that, buddy. I don't know you like that. Are you taking me to dinner after this, buddy? Don't do that.
Guy or gal?
Doesn't matter who it is.
Doesn't
It could be
matter.
a cat for all I care. Or a dog.
Just like
Actually, a dog I'll probably let slide. A dog I'll let slide. But
Yeah.
a cat, no. A person, no.
get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is always something that's gives me the ick.
Yeah. And I'm not one of those people that'll just let it happen. I will tell you, like,
You'll
I'll be
Miguel
like-
will be like, get off.
yeah, stop touching me.
That's something that Miguel does that I'm still trying to like not be like, oh my god, I can't believe he just said that to a person.
What do you mean?
When you'll say something like that's an idiot move or something, like you'll say something that I maybe thought but I would never say to them.
Well, we're in
And
a
I'm like,
conversation with people.
Yeah.
How long has this been going on?
How long have we been together?
I'm like, you just
It's
let
been
me say
10
it, huh?
years and you just go for it? And I'm like, but you already said it. Like, what else am I going to do? Be like, oh, he's just joking? They know you're not joking.
Probably not.
It's just funny. Sometimes you do. I'm like, damn. I mean, I just let you do it. I'm like, and nobody ever has gotten too bad about it. But I'm like scared one day somebody's going to block you or something. Just, kapow,
You're worried
fist to
about people
face.
too much.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just worried all the time.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna flip this back on you. What are your pet peeves?
I have one, but I don't know if I'm just gonna say.
Is it gonna hurt my feelings? I know
No, it shouldn't hurt.
it is. Is
your
it when I leave a
feelings.
stain on my underwear?
We have black underwear for a reason, babe. No, my pet peeve, even though Miguel does it all the time.
No, I don't. What is it?
It's when you're out of a room and you could have farted out there.
Fuck me! I knew that's what it was gonna be.
He comes in and he's like, just like, like he
Dude,
literally.
I do it every time. I know I
He
do
doesn't
it.
even settle. He like genuinely barely passes the door frame and he lets it rip.
Dude, I don't know why my body does it. I'm not even.
It's always where I am.
I'll do it to my daughter too. Yeah.
Dude,
When she wakes up in the middle of the night and I go up and I go straight to her room, I'll get comfortable next to her in her bed, and I'm just like, I was like, damn girl, if you weren't asleep, you're gonna be knocked out now.
it's not like, it's just a little pet peeve. It's nothing like crazy, obviously.
I don't know.
But
You listed it first, so I'm going as that's probably number fucking.
I'm just
one.
thinking about it because you're telling me about how you've been eating those protein bars.
Oh yeah, those ones from Costco, the Kirkland Signature 10-gram protein. Don't eat those, man. They give you bubble guts.
It's just top of mind. I'm like, I'm so scared right now.
It's okay. I had a poppy to really get things going.
Oh, that's great. I'm trying to think. I need like acknowledgement. So like if I talk to you, like I just need you, and if you're busy or something, I just need you to be like, oh, one sec. You don't do this. It's fine. You don't do this.
Oh, okay. I was
You're
about to say, you're saying you, and I was like,
No,
this is just
no,
turned
like-
into a list about me. Okay, that's fine. No, that's how
No,
we were doing
okay,
this.
so like when I text somebody or like text or call, or like I'm like having conversation with them, and like even I guess it's when they're doing something. Like I just need some sort of acknowledgement that you heard me. Like um like even for just like example, okay, I text someone, I see they saw it, but they don't respond, and I'm like, okay, like you can even like, it's texting. You couldn't even, or because like this is, and I'll give you
Mhm.
like a full day grace period
Mm-hmm.
because
Grace period.
my brain is ADHD, but I just need to even be like an okay, or at this point there's reactions. You can just like the message. I don't even care.
I love reactions.
I
for
know
that
they're
reason.
just like, you can get acknowledged, especially it's just like when I'm asking a question too, when I need some sort of response, or like not sure, let me find out. Like I just need you to communicate because that's what I'm trying to do with you.
So you would rather get two messages,
Yes.
one without an answer and the other one with an answer,
Yes.
rather than having somebody read that message, getting the work done, and then responding to you.
Correct.
Wow.
Because some
You
people
are my
just
nightmare.
don't. People just don't do it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I am a perpetrator of that because if somebody asks me, like at work, if I get an email,
But like work wise, I don't work with you though.
I know, but like even texting at work or something, a lot of my facilities they just text me directly now,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll text me something, and like it'll be a day or two, and then I'll give them an update.
But it's work. I guess that's work wise. All of my things work wise, everybody always has to do that. Like they always do a response or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like I always have. I guess that's just like back office to front office difference. I guess I don't know, but
Maybe.
um, but I'll say you one thing: if you reply all one more goddamn time,
Dude.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna lose it.
Yeah.
And if anybody knows, in any kind of freaking email chain that has like 30 million freaking people on it, and people are like, oh, good job, whoever, message them privately. Reply all is meant for something that is relevant for everyone. I don't need to see you doing that. I don't need to see you brown nosing, bro. I don't care. I don't care.
Brown nosing. That is a terrible way to put it.
What?
HR is called immediately if you say that. I think.
Oh, sorry.
Just
My
kidding.
bad. Yeah. But anyways, reply all. I guess not communicating is a pet peeve. And then you're just farting, dude.
So my farting and communication, or no communication.
No communication.
That's a pretty good list.
And reply all. I'm serious. Reply all is on my shit list. I'm serious. Do not reply all unless the email says reply all with answer.
Understandable.
We have a new training for it. It's awful.
Yeah. All right, I got one for you.
Okay.
Actually, pick a number between 1 and 3.
2.
Okay. What's one thing you wish you had time for, and how do you think it could change your life?
And how would doing that thing change my life?
It doesn't have to be like it'll make you wealthy or anything.
Well, no, that's what I'm just asking. Like,
Yeah.
it's how that, whatever I say.
Yep.
Okay.
How it would change your life.
What was the first part?
What's one thing you wish you had more time for,
More time for.
and how do you think it would change your life?
I don't know. Right now, I would say like more time. I would say more time with my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would say more time with her. But technically, I can do that if we really wanted to. But right now, it just feels like I'm in a place that I need to be too at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I feel like my time balance is good for the most part. I just wish sometimes there was more time in the weekend to spend more time with like some people to be able to spend more time with ourselves.
Yeah, that's how
If that even if that even makes sense.
Yeah.
Because we have so many great relationships with like friends and family and all that. But then it always is like, okay, well let's cycle through all of our people, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's already been like 4 months. We gotta cycle through it's just
Yeah.
because that's the biggest part about a relationship is continually like watering them and feeding them, and like they're like flowers, right? Like that's always the thing. It's like you have to maintain them. That's the
Mhm.
whole point. You have to be able to give to let them blossom and be bigger.
Yeah.
So if there was any way for a weekend to get bigger where everybody is free enough to like have that time so that we can still have our designated like time as a family.
I think you're just talking about doing stuff after work.
But I don't have the physical or mental capacity for it now.
Yeah. So that's what you want? What you'd want?
I guess. Yeah, that's what I would say I want. Because then it's like I also want everybody's always free on the weekend. So if I can add more time there, then I know people would be free.
Yeah, true.
Before or after work, people always work different times and they don't always want to do anything either.
I know.
Which I get.
I totally get it.
So I'm just pooped.
For some reason, dude, you grow up and then time just goes out the window. You sacrifice your time for money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I think it would change my life of just having better relationship with the people around me. I think that's how that would make it better. But shoulda, coulda, woulda. We're doing what we can right now. We're doing the best we can.
Yeah.
But do you have anything that you have on that note? Is there something that you would want more time for?
In my reptilian mind, I really want to get into hunting, but I think it's a huge time commitment. And it's not even just asking a lot of myself, but of you and the family, because then I'd be gone for 3-4 days.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm. How would that?
I feel like it just calls me like Moana. She gets called to the ocean. Like there's just something that happens to me when I'm
man.
Yeah.
Man.
Mania.
The man, yeah. The man in you.
Yeah, there's just something that happens to me when I'm outside. And it's just good.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to describe it.
That's good though.
Yeah. It's my churches out there.
I can't believe you just. I mean, I guess you were outside a lot as a kid. You just weren't like in the forest.
Yeah. Yeah. Did I ever tell you about that time that we got shot at?
Yes.
Or not shot at, but like it was a pellet gun they were shooting at us.
Yeah. Because you were in their
Might have
yard.
been 22 if I think about it.
I mean, you were in their yard, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had trenches in their backyards. We were playing war, and we were getting shot at by some dude,
Yeah, I
some
was
old
gonna say
man.
you would do a pellet gun too at some kids that were just
Yeah,
hanging
now
out
that I
playing.
think about it, yeah, yeah,
Oh
dude.
goodness.
Yeah, I remember. Um, yeah, a lot of my childhood, I was not home,
I know you were outside.
and I actively tried not to be home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was
I
awesome.
mean, your house was popping.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in my house. It was good. It was good for the most part, but there was a lot. There was so much going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's understandable too.
Yeah, I don't know how my parents managed to do it all.
I don't know how they did it either.
I don't know. I don't know how my mom found a way to get us to all of our games and found time to be there. Had the energy to do all that for us. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know how she did it,
I know. I don't know how she does it.
and work on top of it all.
Yeah,
My mom works like crazy hours.
yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I definitely would do it. I
Yeah.
would be exhausted sitting there at my kids' game cheering them on, no matter what. But you think about it, you're like, dang, your parents do so much for you. But you never realize it until you have kids.
Yeah.
It's just always how it goes.
Yeah, it's the
Circle of life.
circle of life.
Yeah.
There, you never realize.
Yep.
Man, there's so many questions here that I want to ask you, but I kind of don't want to ask you any more of these.
Okay.
These seem kind of basic.
Okay. But
Hmm.
what did you say? That's a good amount of questions. I mean, that's good. Get it. Just start them off with this, and if they like it, they can tell us.
Yeah. I kind of want to keep talking to you though.
We can keep talking after.
No, let's keep going for it. How long have we been going for? 50 minutes? Jesus Christ.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
We got a little more in us.
Okay. Sounds good.
Well, I'm an open book.
You're an open book.
Yeah.
I mean, you're the one that said those questions weren't good. So what questions are good?
Well, shoot. I don't know.
Like,
What is your
you know what? I want to ask, how do you like your steak cooked?
my steak?
Yeah.
Medium.
Medium.
Medium rare. Depending on where you go. Sometimes you say medium rare and it's like
Rare.
rare. And then
Yeah.
other times you ask for medium rare and it's like medium.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say.
Yeah.
There's this one restaurant in Spokane called Spencer's, and it's a very upscale restaurant
Mm-hmm.
that we went to for work, and it was like $90 for a ribeye. It was good, but I asked it rare, or I asked for it. I asked for it medium rare. I
Uh-huh.
was like, "Oh, this place knows how to cook a medium rare steak." Either I had no idea what the fucking medium rare was, or I ate just seared meat, and it was good. And I ate it, and then my boss's boss looks at me. He goes, "I could have told you that. Yep, that's why I ordered medium well here." And they
You're
didn't
like,
tell
"You
me. Those
suckers."
turdlets, they didn't tell me.
Dang. Yeah, I would say medium. Recently, I've been a little bit more on the medium well,
Yeah.
I was just curious.
What about you?
I just said medium well.
You're fucking right. You did just say that. Yeah, there's a lot of questions I want to ask you. I want to get your true, honest opinions about.
Okay, well, what is it?
These are too personal.
There's
Let's go back. Let's go back to the list here.
Okay.
Ooh, here's a good one.
Okay.
This might be a good one here. Is there a part of your past that you feel still influences you today?
Of course.
Like what?
Why wouldn't it? My past is who I am. My past has created the person that I am now.
Mm-hmm.
And
But is there a specific part you can point to that you're like, yep, I would still do that?
you'd still do I would still do everything because it's given me what I have now. And I am very happy where I am now. I may not have thought that in some of those moments,
Mm-hmm.
but there's quite a few moments that I would say,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my dad was super sick all of my junior high and high school,
Mm-hmm.
like liver failure. Like, so I was continuously taking care of my family as a child.
Mm-hmm.
I also had a awful relationship with my mom at that same exact time because
Mhm.
she went very religious, very culty, and I think those like things have played a huge role of who I am now.
Mhm.
But like, yeah, would I would I really choose to want to do all those things? No, but it makes me who I am. So I'm just gonna gotta take
Mhm.
the good with the bad, right?
Suppose. I think you had a lot more bad, and you battled it through.
But I'm like happy. I'm happy. What can I say? I'm just a happy little camper.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Happiest
mean,
little camper ever.
yeah, dude. I mean, what do I say? That I had a mad crush on you for like 5 years. I'm happy that I did because look at me now,
Mhm.
straight up balling.
Oh yeah. Straight balling, huh?
Stupid, stupid in love, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I could say that one too.
Very cool.
Just listening to you talk about other girls. I'm like, mm-hmm,
Mhm.
mm-hmm.
She still does, by the way. I'm kidding. No,
You're
she
shy.
doesn't.
Now it's just men. I'm joking.
That is true. When I was in college with the fraternity brothers, got a little dicey there. And I was worried for myself.
Yeah, but you, my sir?
I don't know. Yeah, my memory is not as good. Uh, I don't know. I'm trying to think. I don't know what's happening to me recently, but I'm getting like a bunch of core memories coming back to the surface. You ever have like months like that where all of a sudden like you're like driving, all of a sudden, boom, this memory hits you of a kid, and then you can't stop thinking about it.
Mm, not necessarily. It's usually when I'm doing something that reminded me of that, or
Like a
like I have to
smell
have a
or something.
trigger. Yeah, I have to have some sort of trigger. It just doesn't randomly pop up for me.
That's what happens to me. Is just like
Hmm.
I literally be driving. I guess driving is doing something, and then
Yeah,
my
but like
mind.
as a kid, I hope you weren't driving
No, it wasn't.
around.
Actually, that's another core memory. Is my dad? I drive my dad's Tacoma. It was
Yeah,
awesome in the
yeah.
neighborhood. I remember.
I do remember you getting to drive that, and you thought it was so cool.
You weren't even there.
You not oh what's his car that he has now then?
The Envoy.
Oh, maybe that's what I just remember. Anytime you drove your dad's car, which was like it's kind of like a truck, you thought you were so fancy.
It was cool, yeah.
But
But
I
this was like
forget that's not what that truck is. LOL.
no, when he had it, he used to have a black Tacoma.
That's
Um,
pretty baller.
yeah, and we were talking about it. He's like, yeah, to sell it, too much in gas and all that. Um,
Especially where he works at.
mhm.
Yeah.
He does not work that far, really. I mean, to be
He,
fair, if I drove my work truck and I had to pay for the gas
yeah, I was gonna
to
say.
get to work and back,
I was gonna say.
no way.
Especially for I bet whatever year it was, I bet the gas mileage definitely
I
was
mean,
not as good.
Tacomas are notoriously bad.
Yeah.
But core memories are kind of interesting.
Oh well, I can't believe I didn't know that that was a completely different truck. I'm usually pretty good about it, but
That was like very bad. Yeah.
I know that was really bad.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
maybe we call it here. Maybe we call it, and we'll get some better questions. Actually, yeah, let us know down below if you like this kind of format, or if you want us, or if you want to ask us questions.
Oh yeah, if you have good
Ooh,
questions, yeah.
yeah, yeah. We'll
I was gonna say on you can do it on Spotify or YouTube, but
or Instagram.
Instagram I do have. I did not undownload Instagram like Miguel, but um I usually respond pretty darn quick. Spencer and us, well, us, because usually it's both of us, like kind of
Hmm.
responding, will be chatting back and forth like pretty easy. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So
sometimes we get busy,
maybe,
but
yeah. If you're listening, leave us or even write it in the description. So
yeah,
leave us a comment down below,
hmm
questions you want to ask us, and if you guys like this, we'll do it again.
yeah. But appreciate you guys. This is awesome. We have hit a lot of cool milestones. So
Yeah, we have.
yeah,
Yeah, it's been a crazy year so far. It's only February.
I know.
Awesome.
But
All right, we'll see you guys later.
smell you later.
Bye.